And drinking fruit punch. Don't forget about that one.
Yeah, I love fruit punch. This whole game is just the quest to make Beppis max. So they're stepping into the plains, and they get a little cutscene that's supposed to show you how to play. You can throw bombs and then hold the attack button to charge a burst. Bursting is really, really fast movement, and because Plague Knight also has a double jump, you can carry that momentum with your second jump.
Bursting also does this like little explosion around you, so a lot of the times you will see, for instance, dirt blocks explode next to them, stuff like that. And it will also actually turn you like invulnerable very briefly though.
Just a couple frames, and that's actually super useful in a couple spots.
Over there you actually see the first damage boost on VB's and Laurie's side. Both got past that. So Plague Knight compared to Shovel Knight gets like way more mileage out of damage boosting, which is basically you take damage intentionally and then turn around, so you get like flinged forwards. And Plague Knight gets flinged so far compared to Shovel Knight.
It means that getting hit in the wrong direction is absolutely awful, but doing it properly can trivialize a lot of the platforming you have to do. Dirt Mountain is secretly extremely impossible.
Your word on that.
But they're coming up on the zip bubble wrap, which is actually the only time we're going to see like a real glitch in this run. They're going to be basically floating up really, really high using bursting into the screen transition, which you can charge a burst in the screen transition, so they're basically going to be stacking their height and touching a screen transition in a room above them, so they can skip having to go through 2 extra rooms.
And then now they're coming both up on Black Knight 1, so ideally both of them will try to get a stun dog on him. Let's see if they can get it. So you just see them walk up to him and burst. Oh, Laurie actually missed the burst. And now, if you look over on BB's side, he seems to get the stun dog, yeah.
Good job. Laurie, please, you're going to have to fight him out for real. You're going to have to hopefully using burst to keep him from... Oh my god!
She got it.
At that point, Black Knight becomes extremely dangerous. All the damage boosting you do in planes doesn't make it a difficult fight if you get the lock, but if he starts jumping around, keeping him under control can be terrifying.
Yeah, ideally you just get the damage boost and reset if you don't, but I mean that's not, really an option in the race. Either way, both of them got past it, rather handedly, I'd say. Maybe obviously with the way cleaner Sundown.
So they're heading through the village right now, and you may notice that on the side where Laurie is, there's a green coin. And those are throughout every stage. They're just incidentally in the way. They're not actually going to be used. Because Plague Knight's base arsenal is actually really strong, and we're not going to be picking up any upgrades until much later on. So gold is not super relevant until basically over halfway through the game, but they can't really afford to lose it either.
Just to add, those green coins would be used to research different bomb pods, so in this game you can customize your bombs and also your burst, but it's just not worth it in any percent, so we won't see the green coins used at all. And as Momo said, gold isn't really an issue either until very later.
They're traveling through Pridemore now, which, kind of similar to Plains, is not really a difficult stage overall, but going fast can be tricky because the ceilings are very low, and since Plague Knight's best movement is in the air, not bonking and not losing your burst speed is it's a key tactic you have to get used to. Alternatively, I guess quick to note is that there is a weapon in this stage they could have picked up, but neither of them is going to go for the big bomb route.
Oh yeah, that's a new route theorized to be like within 5 seconds of the road. I think both of them will do, but yeah, neither of them do it. There's only one runner really who, does it competitively, I guess.
Kind of a shame. It is really cool, but hopefully we'll see more use of it soon.
Oh, it's really cool, yeah.
So King Knight coming up actually has an interesting thing at the very beginning. He's going to slightly delay his burst, hopefully, and prevent King Knight from reaching the corner immediately. Pushing King... Oh, he didn't get it. He tried to push King Knight out of the corner, trick him into jumping into the corner twice, which lets you throw a ton of bombs at him. I want to see if Laurie gets it. Nice, Laurie did get that, and she got to stack 6 bombs on him pretty quickly.
You still got a good fight though, regardless of missing that. No, Laurie, this is where she can definitely make up some time here.
Very good.
So yeah, the mechanic behind that is that King Knight always tries to jump towards you. So if you push him out of the corner just slightly, he will, you know, jump towards you again. Whereas if he's completely in the corner, then, you know, he will jump kind of away from you.
Oh no, VB accidentally reset his timer. That happens. That happened to me actually when I was racing with Vlad, Pete, and Lance. So we're gonna be going by Laurie's timer essentially.
Alright, they're both coming up on the chat now. One quick thing to note is that the reason why we do the stages in the order we do, at least for the first 2 words, is just because it's faster, like forward movement. No particular reason outside of that. What is VB doing?
He just couldn't charge his attack for some reason. I don't know.
Almost like the TAS desynced. But yeah, the big mechanic in this one is there's going to be dark screens later on, and this stage also introduces, especially these frog enemies, which is the most important enemy, I guess, to come up here. They are really annoying. Basically, the frogs are RNG, and in a few rooms coming up, they're going to be a real annoyance.
They were briefly in sync there. I guess something to note about Plague Knight in general is that moving with him is not actually that easy, because there is no like bar or visual indicator of when you're going to get your burst. You just have to feel it out. So VB might have just attempted to burst like a frame too early, and just you end up getting nothing.
Now this is the Reddit frog room, where there's just a bunch of RNG randomness going on, and they both got past it decently fast.
Oh man. They're keeping it so close. It's actually really cool.
Oh, this is pretty much in sync now.
Oh, they even both went for the safety checkpoint.
So we usually not grab that checkpoint.
Oh man, I want to see like how they're getting. Okay, so they're both gonna try and burst into the boss room. They got in on top, but good. They need to pin Spectre to the right side with a burst, jump, burst. Oh!
This is truly insane. Did they coordinate this?
They even got the same teleport!
Wow. Alright, so one thing that we didn't explain there is the first teleport is always set, and then the second teleport, Spectre can go into either corner, and you obviously want him to go into the corner where, you know, you are closest to. So they actually both got kind of good RNG, I guess, given the, you know, the way the fight went out, but neither of them got it to, like, you know, the flowcharts classical fight, I guess. That was definitely all kinds of weird. It was insane that both of them pretty much did the same thing too.
That was good. So up next, and this is going to be a recurring theme, slightly messed up on the menuing there with Laurie. Dang. Since they keep going to the potionarium every time they clear a stage, they're going to have to navigate menus. But they're heading to the Explodatorium now. This is Plague Knight's home, and it's being invaded as we speak by a terrible, ominous curse.
One quick thing to know what just happened there is they cleared out, you know, 3 stages, which is one word, so to say. So after they clear out 3 stages, they play a little cutscene and they get a free health upgrade. So they now have 5 health instead of 4, or 10 rather instead of 8.
That's going to be super crucial because more and more damage boosts just keep getting added into the run. But they're in the Explodatorium, and one of the big things about this stage is that there are global cycles. Pot lids and fire traps throughout the stage have basically been running from the moment they loaded in. So knowing where they are is based on having a consistent playthrough of the stage. They're both kind of struggling a bit, and the hazards actually do quite a lot of damage, so I would be surprised if they would know where those pot lids are going to be. I really hope... Oh no, this is going to be really scary for Laurie. She's on low health. And those things do a lot of damage, so please...
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank God.
that was indeed really scary. So on VB's side, we have the Alchemeister coming up, which he takes, I think, 23 hits, and we're gonna see a mechanic that we haven't explained so far. So, Black Knight usually can throw up to 3 potions at once, and then there's a little cooldown before you can like throw another set of 3 potions. But you can interrupt that cooldown by double jumping in between. So you saw VB do that, and now you're also gonna see Laurie do that, supposedly, where they double jump in between their, you know, set of bombs to deal more damage more quickly, pretty much.
Okay, it's still a decent fight there. VB is actually grabbing the ladder in this room from the previous room, so he doesn't have to worry about the fire traps. But now he has to watch his health. He just needs to take 1 hit from a fake Shovel Knight, or if he takes 2 hits from body contact somewhere. He wants to have 2 full hearts of health, and that's because he's coming up on Shovel Knight, the actual Shovel Knight, the cheater man. Shovel Knight has access to a lot of his relics, including the Phase Locket, but he won't use it if Plague Knight is under 2 full hearts. Okay, Laurie just needs to make it into the room now. The Stunlock itself is actually pretty easy, the setup-wise. Like, you just gotta mash your heart out once you take a hit from the right side.
Oh, oh no! VB!
Oh no!
Alright, VB somehow got it recovered over here, and Laurie pretty much got, you know, what you're looking for in the Stunlock.
Okay, and VB made it out alive. And VB also got a double hit at the very end. 2 bombs can hit at the same time and take out a full heart of damage.
So,
but yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, other things that Blue Man can do is he has access to Chaos Orb, Flare Wand. Purple throwing anchors are actually the worst because he can hit you out of the Stunlock if you're not careful. And then he can also use the Warhorn, which is only in World 3. Cheater.
Actual cheater.
But that's only used to dig himself out of the ditch.
So, both of them clear the Exploratorium pretty much in sync, and that is one of the big reset points in this run, so this run is up to both of them now. Exploratorium definitely being one of the hardest stages to do, because once again, as Mumu mentioned, all the global cycles, and of course the health management. So once again, if they didn't have the health below 2 health there, Shovel Knight would have just like turned Invincible a Phase Locket, and they couldn't have done the Stunlock. And fighting him normally, you don't want to see that. It's
no, it's actually the worst.
He just does whatever he wants to do.
They're both in the Iron Whale, so it looks like they're gonna follow the same route here as well. They could go to the Lost City, only if like it's less optimal map movement wise to go there. But the reason why you would is because it's slightly more lethal this stage.
It's pretty much preference. You would lose like a second doing Lost City first or 2 Overworld. Oh my god!
Rip earphone uses, my bad. It's gonna happen.
Not scary at all. Sorry about it. Oh, VB!
Oh no!
He tried to stall himself in the air there with bombs, but he couldn't quite do it, so...
That's such a shame.
Which is... Yeah.
I'm watching the replay there.
But at least it's not too far away from the checkpoint, so...
Something about underwater movement in general is that it doesn't really affect too much about you, just your fall speed and your jump height. Your burst actually remains exactly the same. Laurie, please... Okay. You can potentially maintain and even gain height infinitely with bursts if you're really that good at it.
Are you having kind of bad luck with 420 push?
Gonna get 12 hits. Probably like 1 hit off.
Yeah, I think that was 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was 420 push because he likes to be so damn high. Probably heard that joke before if you've seen a Black Knight race.
So high, and he also likes to keep moving left and right, which is another issue for Plague Knight runners.
So yeah, there's a bunch of randomness going on in that fight, and ideally you would like to one-cycle him, which didn't happen for Laurie. Let's see if VB can do it.
Laurie did not grab the checkpoint. Kind of worried right now. She didn't get bodied by an anchor either. Not picking up extra health is fine too. It's all up to the runner on how comfortable they are.
VB got pretty much a perfect one-cycle meanwhile, so that's definitely some time made up there again from his death.
He recovered his health.
Laurie's Laurie is meanwhile coming up on the actual boss fight of this stage, Treasure Knight.
So even with a 5-minute deficit, Plague Knight is quite a tricky speedrun, and it's showing that Laurie does have a solid chance here. Drinking both of her tonics immediately. Yeah. So something about tonics, and Treasure Knight's not a very difficult fight, but tonics will also permanently, or not permanently, they will temporarily increase your max health until you die. So it will last quite a while and go through stages. Trying to be careful, I guess.
Usually you would like to keep some of your tonics until one really, like, the late game part of the run, which is boss rush. So Laurie using both of her tonics there is kind of a weird choice if you ask me.
VB healed but didn't pick up the tonic. Later on they might just buy the tonics from the Magicists when they go and upgrade their magic.
Oh, that's totally an option actually. And especially in races like this.
And VB did also recover, I think, all of his cash. He's just missing whatever he gets from Treasure, and he'd be about even with Laurie.
And VB got a really good Treasure fight, where Laurie struggled quite a bit with him. So the thing about Treasure is there's also a bit of like randomness going on, which is kind of hard to predict where he jumps. And there's one thing especially where if he hookshots up to the ceiling, you lose a bunch of time, which I think happened to Laurie, if I remember correctly. Whereas, once again, VB got a pretty clean fight over there.
I was looking at Laurie's screen and I expected Cluster Power to come out.
The 100%.
Yo, it was fresh in my mind. Alright, so Laurie is in Lost City and she's doing Beetle Skip 1 right now, which can be a little scary. If you're not comfortable with doing the fastest way through, you have to wait for the fire droplets. Or you run the risk of getting hit without any more air options. That's not a good way. That's not a good feeling over pits of lava.
So yeah, what you're supposed to do there is to ride that big beetle with the bouncing green stuff on his back, but Plague Knight can just kind of fly over it.
They do have to be careful, especially in these exploding block rooms, about how they burst. Because bursting is still going to be the optimal movement through a lot of these rooms, but if they accidentally destroy their footing, then they're just going to take a dip in the lava. I appreciate them making sure that they grab these checkpoints.
Oh, definitely. Especially with a stage as volatile as Lost City. There's a bunch of stuff that can go wrong here really quickly. So Laurie playing it safe over there, and this is one of the most scariest rooms in terms of the exploding blocks.
I appreciate that move too, using a burst on the brick and then just chucking 3 bombs. That actually evens out really well.
Seems like a nice failsafe, yeah.
Beetle Skip 2. Damage. Oh, it didn't get the damage boost. Kind of scary now because she has to not get hit by those fire droplets. Picking up food before Mole Knight, drinking a tonic.
Let's see how VB does. Oh, VB also misses a damage boost on Beetle 2.
Even grabbing.
Got past him.
Even grabbing all of that safety stuff, Laurie's still ahead. And looks like VB is also. Well, I don't blame him either.
So for Mole Knight on Laurie's screen there, his dives are actually, like the height of his dives are random. And ideally on each dive you want to get 2 hits on him. Oh, Laurie actually doesn't get the 1 cycle. That's a big time loss.
Oh, especially because she couldn't kill him before he popped out. She's gonna get the these fire droplets. It takes quite a while. He's completely invincible throughout all that.
Oh wow. They're pretty much up to sync again. So what happened there is basically, if you don't kill him before he digs, then after he digs, he does an attack, which turns him invincible completely for a while.
Yo, the moles will not go hungry tonight.
So Laurie missing the quick kill there, that's quite a big deal. If you still one-cycle him, it's all fine, but missing that cycle there loses a lot of time. So yeah, they're pretty much even again. And
with 3 more stages complete, they're gonna go touch Mona's hand real quick and then get some more Kool-Aid. Current health Kool-Aid is gonna give them. Well, Laurie has 9 health and BB has 6, and they're heading into Flying Machine. That's actually not a bad call on Laurie's part. She's gonna be starting with 9 health in a stage that can do a ton of damage to you.
So coming up on World 3, do you want to talk about our Lord and Savior Mumu? Sad Mountain.
Sad Mountain.
All right, I think we missed it.
We'll talk about Sad Mountain afterwards. But Sad Mountain is quite aptly in World 3. The first thing we're going to be doing is going to Crying Machine. Dying Machine.
Crying Machine?
It's just all sad and pain over here. So, a lot of the hazards will do a heart of damage. We've got Jawas that actually completely stop all of your momentum. They will just completely deny you. They're completely random as well, and they can basically push you into spikes, push you into pits. Cannonballs do a full heart. That was a little scary.
That first Java can be really scary. Or Java, rather. Laurie got past it, though, easily, and VB too.
Good damage boost from Laurie. That means that she was able to get through the rats. VB just died in that same area.
For Dingy Chopper, you will basically... This is a lot like the Alchemizer fight, where you just see a bunch of double jumping cancels for the quick damage. Laurie has a bit of trouble though right now. Please grab the checkpoint.
Please grab the checkpoint or the health, and don't die on the way.
She does both, okay. So 2 quick things to note about Flying Machine is first of us said, or we said earlier rather, how you usually gonna do stages in the order of, you know, what's the quickest overworld movement. This is the only case where, you know, World 3 is the only time where that's not the case. So we go to Flying Machine first to pick up the Staff of Striking here, which is where money gets relevant. And if Staff of Striking is a magic item, do you want to explain it, Mumu?
Yeah, so it allows us to have a melee attack, and that may not seem useful for Plague Knight, who has like such superiority with weapons that are ranged, but you can actually swing it really, really fast and do a ton of damage while maintaining your height. You finally get to use the power resource, which is Plague Knight's mana. So for half a bar, you can swing the staff. You can do 5 swings right now, because they have 2 bars, so they get 4 swings for all of their mana, but then you can do 1 more that would overheat it. Overheating would mean that you can't use it again until it fully recharges, but it's something that we can basically work around. We don't always end up using all of our mana, especially on boss kills. Now, why won't we use other weapons, some might ask, and that's because the staff costs 9,000 gold.
Yeah, so the thing about, you know, compared to the other characters being Spectre and Shovel Knight is, for Plague, the things just cost more money, or well, in terms of Spectre, it doesn't cost money at all, but at least compared to Shovel, Plague Knight's relics, or Arcana rather, would cost way more money, because you would pick up other items in the stages normally that you can trade in for free for the items, but, you know, that's slow, so we basically only grab these Staff of Striking because we have the money anyway from killing bosses, etc.
Not surprised that Laurie is taking the safe way through this wind tunnel room. It's really only 1 cycle slower, so it's only a 4-second time loss to do that. Doing the 1 cycle, basically, you'll get really, really close to some spikes on the ceiling. It's kind of super terrifying. VB having a little bit of trouble getting pushed around by the wind.
Ouch.
Having to repeat several rooms.
You get an extra screen transition twice. That's painful. VB really having trouble here.
So Laurie going for the new propeller kill. Unfortunately got hit, but maybe can still get the kill?
Nah,
nah.
Like
Gonna have to start winging the rest of it.
So Propeller Knight here has one of the hardest quick kills, so can't really blame her for missing that. That's a really tough kill to get.
VB also kind of opting for a safer win room. I have to look at the second player just to see what he did there. But yeah, now he's up to Propeller, and we're gonna see what kind of strat he goes for here. He's going for the old one. The old kill is actually pretty consistent as well. It's just a little bit slower, but if you can get it, you know, you're not gonna really lose time. Unfortunately,
use some bonus magic.
Yeah, so now he can't swing his staff at all until it fully recharges. And the staff is so useful on Propeller because you may have noticed a couple of those bombs got reflected. He has a projectile guard, so you actually have to hit the top of his head, or you have to swing at him with the staff.
So meanwhile, Laurie's coming up on Black Knight 2, which is pretty much the same as Black Knight 1, but harder. He has more health, he has some more attacks, and he has a smaller invulnerability frame after getting hit. So keeping him in the stun lock is more difficult.
Yeah, if it was like a 6 or 7 frame window the first time to keep him locked, it's more like a 4 window now, and it'll completely disappear later on when we try and fight him the third time.
And also he has a invincible backdash and like a dash where he is invincible on frame 1, so you have to do something really specific to, you know, keep him in the lock there when he does that. Let's see if VB gets it, because Laurie had some trouble with the stun lock, but still got a decent kill.
Ooh, he's doing pretty good. This guy actually saved him a ton of time. Even getting that far with the stun lock should save him quite a bit of time on Laurie.
So that's
nice.
That was a really good stun lock, but once again, that's exactly what happened there. See the demons with backdash.
Just shy of having enough money to purchase magic upgrades, which more expensive stuff. So Plague Knight had to spend 9,000 on getting the only weapon he's going to use, but to upgrade magic, get more of that magic for more of them staff swings, you got to spend 10,500.
Oh my god, Laurie almost died.
Oh, and he's actually going to talk to Percy just for that. That's a little more time-consuming, but if he feels it's more comfortable to fight Polar Knight with more magic, then power to him.
Yeah, it's not a big time loss, but so Laurie's gonna grab the magic after this stage, presumably. You don't really need the max magic in this stage. The max magic is really gonna turn out useful in the next stages coming after this, which is part of why we do this route usually. But VB had enough money to do it there, so maybe there's a quicker quickle on the boss of the stage that he can do now that he has full magic. We'll see if he actually goes for it.
Laurie having a little bit of trouble with Viking Bros. These actually are like really, really painful and hard to deal with. If you don't move through the room properly, you're probably going to take damage. And please don't do anything risky on Hammer Bros.
So this stage in general is all kind of scary.
Yeah, as a top runner, how do you feel about this stage?
Oh, it's Choke City. So there's a bunch of damage boosts, so most of the time you will have low health at the end of it. Oh my god, Laurie, please. There's bottomless pits everywhere, as you see. There's spikes everywhere. This stage is just pure pain.
Okay. Almost home free there. And checkpoint, thank god.
And then you have the Hammer Bros trying to knock you into the bottomless pits as hard as possible, so yeah.
Ugh, come on! This one Drake is actually the worst as well. Didn't get bodied, good stuff. VB keeps coming back with faster strats, but Laurie being extra safe is really actually doing wonders for her run.
Oh yeah, she's doing really good. VB's also less behind than it might seem like, because he already got the full magic, so Laurie's gonna spend some time getting that after the stage, where VB, you know, already has it. So what appears to be like a 20-second or 25-second difference is more like a 10 to 15.
Polar Knight. Grandpa likes to shovel the driveway the long way, so he'll be running away.
Where did this grandpa start?
8-bit Canada, we've got Grandpa shoveling the driveway, that's what's going on.
Oh my!
That
is so sad.
Huge. Needs to get that money back. Spike's instant death, no amount of all that health, and then like all the tonics that Laurie was drinking earlier for extra health are completely gone now.
So he can create spikes, which is an insta-kill, which is what happened there. That's really unfortunate, especially since he only had 1 HP left.
VB just pulled ahead too, pretty considerably since Laurie, still has to buy magic.
VB definitely made use of his early magic buy there with a really good quick kill.
Well, Laurie got her money back, so she's definitely going to be able to purchase all of her magic upgrades. It would have been a little close if she hadn't. You lose a quarter of your gold every time you die, so a quarter of your gold when you're at over 10,000 is kind of a lot.
So now, VB coming up on Clockwork Tower this is probably, at least in my opinion, I don't know, what do you say? The easiest stage of World 3 is what I would say.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Like, even if you damage boost a ton, you're still gonna have like enough health. Like, I've never felt threatened, especially not by Tinker Knight.
Oh yeah. There's a few tricks. For instance, right here. Oh, VB almost got it. That clock. What is his name? Cockslaughter?
Cockslaughter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no the lore.
VB actually almost got it. There's a damage boost strat, which makes it way easier, but VB actually went for the fast strat.
Using the staff to clear out some dirt blocks on Laurie's screen. That's actually another reason why the staff is so good.
So VB almost got screwed over there by the Sign Daggers, which they spawn at a random position, but they move the same way every time. And he got pretty much almost like completely messed up by the
I just saw that! He said it, I was like, oh, I want to see what happened. Oh god.
What VB just skipped there is supposed to be an auto-scroller, by the way. With some quick damage boost, which hopefully Laurie will get here too, you can skip over, you know, the pseudo auto-scroller.
Oh, okay, thank god. Those dirt blocks in particular can be actually really awful. If your invincibility frames only last so long, and if your burst doesn't break those blocks, you may end up hitting the ground before you have a chance to escape the pit.
You want to talk about how spin bursting 100% screws you over there?
That's a yo, spin burst and big bomb, well programmed.
Oh hell yeah! So both of them are now in the final auto scroller of this this stage at least. There's one more to go later on.
Something actually really important we haven't gone over is that although coins have no use in the run, if they don't get 69, the run is actually invalid. So they'll both have to, I don't know, do some extra shenanigans.
They can still do it. Still in the route. Did VB buy 5 tonics, by the way? I didn't pay attention, but he has 5 tonics.
I don't think he bought 5 tonics, but he's just not been drinking them.
Why doesn't Laurie grab the free tonic?
Not sure. She might buy them later. Yo, and Tinker's dead on nice burst, VV. So yeah, the big reveal, Tinker's actual fight is this mech, which is supposed to be harder, but because we have a fully empowered staff, we can do so much damage without losing any of our height.
And once again, this is the first fight where the full magic really pays off. And this is why we grab full magic against Step Strike. It just deals so much damage compared to what you usually can deal.
Laurie probably trying to get a head start. Yep. You can basically deal damage to Tinker slightly before the health bar begins filling.
Also, I just read in chat, BB actually did buy tonics, so that's the thing. You can buy them at matches where you also buy full magic. Which is just like another safety net, VB heading full tonics here for the later parts. Let's see if Laurie also buys some.
They're not very expensive, unless if you've really died a lot, you should be able to purchase them at any point. But VB has almost the Pepsi Max going on. You just need one more ingredient. Yeah!
Oh my god.
Super tasty, all-powerful energy drink.
I think Troy called it the Beyblade battle. You call it the Pepsi Max? Come on, man. Just surrounded by memers on the mic here.
BB in Tower 1. This stage is actually kind of awful. It's a little easy, but at the same time, you're being hit by the developers from every hazard all at once. So sometimes you'll get some really brutal rooms if you don't know the strat.
So VB is coming up on the Crusher section, which is somewhat of an auto-scroller, I guess. There's actually, you're supposed to do one more cycle at the end, and hopefully VB will get the quick cycle, where at the end he will do some quick bursts to skip a cycle, basically.
You just need to time 3 bursts and 1 burst jump.
So right here, he goes for it.
Oh, that was interesting. He actually did a burst jump twice. It's all kind of the same thing at the end of the day. Tomato, tomato.
And now, in this room it's not too relevant, but in the 2 rooms from now on VB's screen, there's a chandelier which might mess him up because, for reasons, these are actually on a global cycle. And he gets past that room though. But yeah, shoutouts to YCG for putting those on a global cycle for God knows what reason.
YCG logic. Yo, the same chandeliers are in Friedmore and in Spectre Knight's campaign. Those can actually mess you up too.
Shoutouts to the missiles in Iron Whale 2.
Oh my god. The random things that are on global cycles. Laurie doing really good at that Slime Samurai room, actually. That was that room can actually stop you quite a lot. And I hope to see a... Oh, be careful. Okay.
Alright, now maybe...
Go ahead.
Black Knight 3. Let's just see what happens.
Oh, he actually... No! Of course. So, when Black Knight disappears and like gets the S out of you, you have a very small window to go over and hit him out of that before he charges up, gets invincible, and then does a laser attack.
And that is the one thing that really matters about this fight, because that attack costs like, I want to say like 6 to 8 seconds, something around that. It's a big time loss. Like he just teleports. Yeah, it might be more. He just teleports around the stage, and you can't do this. Like you can't do anything pretty much. So let's see if Laurie hopefully gets the teleport cancel. Or just skip, I guess.
So long as she... Oh, no. She didn't get it either. Yeah, you have to drop Black Knight below 3 missing hearts. So 7 full hearts or less to skip that.
Ideally, you also want him to go into the second phase here, where he gets wings as quick as possible, because he doesn't take any he doesn't get any invulnerability frames when you hit him in that phase, so you can do more damage more quickly.
Nice. Right. Okay. So getting hit there didn't mess up Laurie too much because it gave her enough time to have her her staff regenerate. I would say that Tower 2 is honestly way scarier of a stage, if it weren't for Black Knight, I guess, but... Yo, the Mario Maker room.
Oh. What does Pickles call it? The Slime Rancher?
Slime Rancher. For those of you who love that game, except that these slimes are absolutely awful.
But it's definitely Mario Maker, objectively. That's the room. Alright, let's just talk about how much of a hell this screen is in 100%. Because you need to grab all these green coins. Have fun. Meanwhile, any percent can just fly over the entire room. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, Plague Knight is such an interesting character run-wise because, like, low percent is, you have to avoid these coins, and 100% is probably the most radical, like, going through all these rooms, all these different shenanigans.
But we just don't talk about low percent. We pretend that doesn't exist.
Or low percent.
It's a bad category that only madmen run.
Oh my god, so VB has, like, no coins, actually. He needs to get 9 in this auto-scroller. Otherwise...
Yeah.
I mean, there are quite a bit, but we'll see if he can pick up enough.
I think he might be screwed already. I don't think there's enough coins in here.
I don't know, there's only 3 at the end, or 2 at the end? Plus...
Yeah.
He's not even going for them!
Oh my... I think... Okay.
So it looks like Laurie already default wins. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Pack it up.
Disqualified. Feels bad, man.
You want to tell us about Boss Rush?
Laurie's in good pace, meanwhile, for the 69 coins. And yeah, so upcoming is Boss Rush, which if you actually go for PVs, and that might be the hardest split in the game, rather. So you have to fight all the bosses. The only thing about the order you fight them in, like the only thing you know about that is Polar is always in the first 3, and at the end of it you have to fight Shovel Knight. So ideally you would like to stay at below 2 full health at the end of the fight, or the end of the boss rush rather, to fight Shovel Knight without him using Face Lock again, if you paid attention during Exploratorium. I don't know if either of them will go for it, because it's quite a scary strat, but either way, if they don't go for it, we get to see why we care, like why we pay so much attention to having, you know, the certain health in Exploratorium, because you will see what fighting Shovel Knight is like normally.
It's absolutely awful, and if that's also going to be the case for VB at this point, the true nemesis of Boss Rush is avoiding turkeys, because turkeys will give you full health.
Yes. Meanwhile, Laurie got 69 coins.
Good stuff. Okay, Laurie's
Very
on
good.
pace for a solid, legit, verified run. Don't run out of mana, no! Well, so that's another thing, is like managing your mana in boss rush is kind of important. There's a lot of downtime between bosses, so you could theoretically have it not matter at all, especially based on which boss is next. Spectre, you do want to slap, and it just refilled in time on VB.
It really depends, like you don't want to gamble. There's a few bosses where like running out of magic doesn't really matter.
Ooh, nice!
But on a good chunk of them, like you will need your magic from the beginning, so
Nice kill.
Trying to never run out of magic is really important.
It's a good thing that Polar is one of the earlier bosses, because if you have trouble dealing with those instant deaths, getting Polar out of the way at the beginning is kind of a big relief. Oh no! VB got healed.
I don't think they're going for it. And I can't blame them for it at all. It's more like if you have a really good time in this category thing. Because imagine fighting all these bosses, fighting them fast while avoiding the turkeys, just to then like save some time on Shovel Knight, but only if you don't mess up the stun lock. Like, it's definitely not something you expect people that, you know, maybe have a more casual approach to this run to go for, especially since it only, well, it saves a bunch of time, but, you know, it's not crucial. Like, it saves 20 to 30 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, dying to Shovel Knight is honestly gonna cost you way more time. Like, if that happened at all, that's immediately 3 minutes down the drain.
At least, probably more. Like, doing boss rush all over again takes so much time.
Ori is on kind of low health, only has 2 tonics with her. I expect to see her drinking more. Drinking more or picking up turkey.
So now on VB, you have the abomination coming up there, we call Shovel Knight. So this is what this fight looks like. You can't stun him.
The casual experience.
He just does whatever he likes to do. And that is face lock good.
It's 4-second time loss every time. On top of like Shovel Knight randomly deflecting your bombs. He can't deflect your burst, so if you can manage to hit him with a burst, you can try and start your lockup again.
And VB did basically what VB did there is pretty much a stun lock we usually take on him, like doing a Zephyr striking and then jump up into bomb. But once again, because Shovel Knight can use face lock because he's not below 2 health, you can't stun lock him, like he would just break out face lock it.
Even if you did the stun lock well, you would also have to know, you know, watch your mana, because the stun lock barely makes it between staff and bombs.
Yeah, you hardly have enough magic. Alright, so with VB clearing our boss rush, there's one we finally have to talk about, Sad Mountain, the one and only.
Yeah, it'll be our last chance to look at it.
So in the overview route, coming up on VB's screen, just pay close attention to the bottom left corner of the screen, to a particular mountain that doesn't have a good time, it seems like.
If you've ever seen the Virgin Mary in Toast, I'm sure you could make out the sad face that's on that mountain.
Sure. Let's roll with that one. Alright, so VB coming up in tower layer while Laurie's still sitting on, once again, the actual Devil Shovel Knight.
Tower of Heroin, we got flying tile blocks. For those of you who love speed gaming, yo, shoutouts to speed gaming for hooking us up again.
Yo, when is A Link to the Past randomizer, by the way?
When is it not?
Can't wait. Either way, VB coming up on the infamous tile room. Oh well, one of the tile rooms, there's 2 of them, I guess. You can call either of them tile rooms, but yeah. If you know the route through it, this one is, like, it's not as scary as it looks, but you basically have to know where the tiles pop up and where not. And now he's coming up on Enchantress, which there's really specific health, like, thresholds for her to do specific things, so you really want to look at... Oh...
a little too early there. Oh, please don't!
Oh my god, what is this?
I would not go down there, but that's like his last chance to finish her off before more Enchantress shenanigans.
So it seems like he just takes a 2-cycle. So what happened there is he dealt too much damage. And him doing too much damage starts her dives early. And after the dive, she's below the stage. So ideally, you would like pay close attention to how much damage you deal to her, so you can like get her to low health.
And she's just
before she dives.
She's actually the worst to fight afterwards because she just keeps moving around and hitting you.
Oh yeah, and also just like getting the 2-cycle in general is just like costs a bunch of time because you have to wait for her to pop up, you know, above the stage again.
So if Laurie can somehow skip that, depends on how much VB struggles with the rest of this. Laurie could catch up.
Yeah, that's like if she can get the 1-cycle, that's like a 20-second time save. Meanwhile, on VB, we have Plague of Shadows coming up, which is basically the Plague Knight fight that Shovel Knight would have.
Yo, frame perfect pause on Laurie's screen. Continue with Plague of Shadows.
Just a bunch of randomness, pretty much. He always jumps towards you, but he can alternate between 1 and 3 jumps, and it's purely random. So VB right there, I think he was expecting 3 jumps at the first one, but he got 1 jump. Just RNG hell. But you can make quick work of him.
Nice. Laurie ran out of mana with her staff, so she's stuck waiting as well. As long as she doesn't beef it. DB on the last boss, we're going to be looking at time soon. He has to break open the washing machine that Corrupted Essence is sitting on. Oh, please!
Oh my god, Laurie! No!
Oh, good. Come on, come on, come on.
Please.
My heart. And VB's gotten half of Corrupted Essence down.
Is VB gonna get the 2-cycle?
No, no. He's got the 3-cycle coming. He has to hit 2 more times, 2 more times.
And that's time on VB.
That was 46-28, I think.
Something around that, yeah. So yeah, ideally you would get a 2-cycle on that fight, but it's a bit tricky.
27 it looked like.
So once again, on Laurie's side, we have Plague of Shadows coming in. So the thing I want to explain right is basically, you will, like, the thing you want to try is to catch a moment where he's stationary, so you can just go ham on him with Staff of Striking, but it's kind of difficult because once again, the amount of jumps he had, like, he does is random, so you just have to, like, guess, I guess. Just predict how many times he jumps.
Yeah, what you're looking for is like he's always going to do 2 short hops and a one long hop, but like whether or not he stops to throw bombs, and then where you are kind of all change up where he's going to be.
That was a decent fight.
Laurie actually keeping it really close to her PB.
What is it again, a 47 something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is really close.
Yeah, DB lost about 4 minutes off his own PB. Just to show how deadly this character, like running this character is not for the weak of heart.
Oh, VB had a few really unfortunate deaths. Oh my god, Laurie getting screwed over.
Just 3 more hits, time. 48-13, not bad at all.
Yo, congrats to both runners, by the way. Especially to VB for winning.
Absolutely.
Oh, hi. So, that was a run.
How you feeling?
Okay,
You kind of got bodied in a lot of places.
That was... I don't even know, dude.
Hello, Laurie.
I'm here.
Yo, thank you for finishing your run. You did really good, honestly.
If it was,
GG's.
if I hadn't done the Explodathon race yesterday, and this means if I didn't do a run yesterday, that would have been like a 3-second PB, but as it stands, that was still 50 seconds behind PB, which was dumb because my PB's terrible.
I mean, you literally just picked up this character for the tournament, so
Yeah.
you showed a ton of improvement
And
immediately.
one thing I want to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm still really upset about this. My death on Polar was absolute no. That should not have happened.
Word on that
You're
one.
so
I don't,
close.
Like, that was...
Like, I feel like it's a thing, because I feel like that's not the first time that I've seen one of my bombs, like, not do damage to Polar or something.
That's
like,
a
I don't
rare
like
thing
that
that
kind of thing.
happens.
Yeah, I want to look into that, because that's really weird, and I want to not have that happen ever again.
Bombs are well programmed.
Yeah. Ugh. I want
That's been
to
worse.
say what the chat's saying, but I'm too used to making sure not to swear, so I can't.
Much
I lost, like,
appreciated.
10 seconds at the start because I was entering meme file names and I didn't realize we were starting.
Yeah.
And then,
It's okay, I
lost,
had the worst planes ever.
and then I lost like 30 seconds to technical difficulties tonight.
Oh yeah, you just like a TSD synced on just kind of kept throwing bombs there.
What happened in Lich Yard? You were just standing there, not.
Oh, so I accidentally reset my timer, and that messes with the race spot if you do the race spot through live split. So I was trying to figure out how to rejoin mid-stage. So I had the race spot on top of my screen. So I was trying to do, like, half blind. It was really bad. It was the whole thing.
Honestly, in times like that, especially as you get further on, because your opponents are only going to get tougher and tougher, it's more important to play the game than to fix the race shenanigans.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of which, your next opponent, since Patois dropped, is gonna be the loser between Eric and Vlad.
Oh, okay, cool. So this was
Mhm.
my only win. Nice.
Yeah, well, that's what I was hoping to have, but whatever. That was a good race.
Yeah,
much
good race.
appreciated for entering, both of you.
Yo,
Yeah.
GG's.
GG's.
Let me look at Speed Gaming real quick to see what's coming up next. So currently we have Link to the Past, Key Sanity going on. Ori and the Blind Forest is happening on Speed Gaming. Key Sanity is happening on Speed Gaming 4. And then we got more Link to the Past stuff on Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3 is Final Fantasy, I think. And then Super Metroid on Speed Gaming later on. And for those of you interested in the next Plague Knight race, that would be tomorrow at 9 p.m. We'll have Flatterby versus Eric DLC.
That one is gonna be a good race, probably.
That's gonna be a
Oh
good
yeah,
race.
those are two top runners. Flatterby has honestly a huge lead over Eric, but we could see again Flad struggling. Flad's been practicing nonstop, setting records left and right. He's actually insane.
He has the current 80% record as of a few weeks ago. Meanwhile, Eric is quite consistent though, so that can definitely be a close race.
Yeah. I think during the Explodathon race yesterday, Vlad got a 21-something, so...
And his average is 39.20.
Oh yeah, that's true. Tolu is an anime master.
Oh goodness, right. As you scrolled past the credits, we could see that Tolu's name is still in the credits as
Yeah.
a 39.20 world record, and that's Vlad's average.
Yeah. I forgot I wanted to watch them dance because that helps me calm down sometimes.
Yo, it's absolutely adorable.
No shade on my boy Tolu over here.
Yeah, no, Tolu's...
Hashtag
cool.
actual
Alpha gamer.
gameplay. Yeah, alpha gamer.
Hashtag
Oh,
no
cool.
reset crew.
He's also an anime master.
iPad dog!
Oh my god. The Tolu memes.
Yeah, that's us. Well, I'm out of the tourney, but I'm just gonna say, I don't think I'm gonna be done running this game, because honestly, for those in chat who might want to run this game, or are looking into running it, I'm just gonna say I've been in this community running this game for literally 3 weeks, and this is possibly one of the best communities I've ever been in. So if you want to learn this game, please do, because you'll get to meet a ton of great people.
Thank you.
And me.
And you get to meet VVB, the
Yeah.
VVB speedruns.
What a legend. I've been following on Twitter for 3 years.
Damn,
go,
really?
go check out his
Yeah,
Castlevania
no,
runs,
because
by
I
the
think
way.
back when I started Twitter was around like the time where you and Cab played a lot of Mega Man 5.
Oh god, that didn't happen. Whatever. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something else. Did you get any golds?
I reset my splits in Witchyard, so...
All right!
Maybe?
Sour
Probably
topic.
not, though.
I'm sorry.
Well, any last words?
Go watch the Metroid Prime test.
Oh, goodness.
I got 27 seconds worth of golds in that run. And,
Okay.
wait a minute, I got a 30, wait, no, that wasn't 30 seconds, that was only like a 15. I got 27 seconds worth of golds in this run, and like 20 of those seconds were on Flying Machine.
I died in Flying Machine.
But you didn't, neither of you died on the wind tunnel room.
Yeah, the wind tunnel room, I really like my strat for that room, even though it's not fast.
That's okay.
It gets the checkpoint, but it still does it with only one downward wind cycle, which I'm okay with.
I don't even remember what I did. Probably just what I always do.
I don't know what you always do.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think that'll do it for me. I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you for watching once again, and this is Mumu signing out.
Alright. Thanks for having me for this interview. Fun race again. GG, Laurie.
Screw
Thank
anime. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one, guys.